It's lights out and we are racing here in Doha, just like he did last night. Martin absolutely smashes the start from pole position. He's going to get the whole shot into turn one. Bagnaia trying to go around the outside, a long way around to the first corner on Brad Binder, who's up in a second place, just as he was in the sprint here last night. Bagnaia now trying to fight through on Binder into turn two for P2, and he's going to make it through the world champ. Oh, close. Surely they touched on the exit there. Bagnaia comes out the better of it, up in a second.
And straight onto the back of Jorge Martin as the world champion goes straight into the lead. Both KTMs rockets again off the line. Binder's third, Miller is up into the top six.
Bagnaia means business on the first lap of 2024. Brilliant, super aggressive by the world champ. He backs that factory Ducati into turn six. This is aggressive. I've seen Bagnaia on the opening lap of the Grand Prix for quite some time. He knew he could not let Martin get away. Somebody's
Miller
it's Miller. Jack Miller's bailed out in turn one. He went backwards, unfortunately, with an anti-wheelie problem on the electronics last night in the sprint, and he's going to be furious about that. Miller then rejoins the race right at the back of the pack.
Bastianini, who's now having to go side by side with Alex Marquez. Bastianini straight back underneath the 73 as they go through turn 13. Bastianini, that's the battle for fifth place. You'd expect Bastianini to get stronger the longer the race goes on. He needs to try and stay in contention early here and fend off the second of the Gresini Ducatis. The first of them is immediately ahead of him.
And now Acosta is the fastest rider on circuit, a 1:52.657. Pedro Acosta, there's Miller in the bottom corner of your screen, losing the front of the KTM through the first corner. On just the second lap of his first Grand Prix appearance in MotoGP, Pedro Acosta is faster than any other rider out there.
Martin now back through into second place, up the inside of Binder.
That was the textbook move, wasn't it? By Martin going through turn 10. Beautifully done. Loving the work there of Martin. That was a classic move. There's nothing wrong with the top speed of that KTM, is there? At all. Acosta finding his way through. He goes in a little bit deep. He's going to run wide. Alex Marquez will try and squeeze back to the inside line. They tough it out now, the two Spaniards. The pair of them, both former Moto3 and Moto2 world champions. Here he goes, wasting precious little time on the inside of Alex Marquez. He's now in a Marquez sibling sandwich, isn't he? Pedro Acosta.
Binder once again close up behind Martin. Bagnaia with a personal best 52.7s, pulled out a half-second lead now. Binder might have seen that as he goes up the inside of Jorge Martin, and he makes it very clear to Martin that he's coming through, but he outbrakes himself slightly into turn number one. He'll have the inside line now for turn number two, and Binder now should have the move done on Jorge Martin. The South African retakes second place.
Kudos to Bagnaia, 1:52.667. Oh, Martin, they go in. Oh, they're really hot. Pedro Acosta really got dragged in there. Martin found his way through on Binder, and then with the extra kilometres with the slipstream, sucking into that first corner, probably 7, 8, 9 kilometres an hour faster. Marquez and Acosta missed their braking markers. They did well to stay on the tarmac there, but this is playing into the hands, isn't it, of Bagnaia. That's why Martin was so eager to get through on Binder, because he doesn't want to let the world champ get away, because he knows how good Bagnaia is. And again, Binder, they tough it out on the brakes into the first corner. They bow from wide. This is just playing right into the hands of Bagnaia. He doesn't realise it, but this battle that's ensuing between Binder and Martin, that's 3 or 4 times now they've passed each other in that first corner. It's just giving Bagnaia that breather, isn't it?
Bagnaia's lead is just under 1.1 seconds. Both of the leading two, Bagnaia and Binder, in the 52s, as Acosta does now make the move on Marquez.
Through he goes. Look at that. Acosta on the inside of Marc Marquez. There is your glimpse of the future, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, here comes Marquez, seeking some fairly rapid revenge, isn't he? On the rookie upstart. He's gone wide. Yeah, I just think, Lewis, just seen a couple of scrappy corners of late where he might actually have, just with the lack of experience, started to burn up those tyres.
Yeah, this was the overtake that put Binder into second place, typically sideways from Brad Binder, and Jorge Martin never really saw the South African again. He's 9/10 of a second behind him. It's a 4/10 gap back to Marc Marquez in fourth. We're just keeping an eye on the timing screens while you're watching this replay of the battle for second place, because Fabio Gian Antonio is still all over the back of Pedro Acosta. Ralph Fernandez is no longer running. That's the spare track house Aprilia that he's on, and that one's now joining its other one in the Aprilia garage. Bastianini last time round did a 53.3. Alex Marquez is losing pace, and he's now losing 5th place as Enea Bastianini moves through.
There's been some amazing racing behind him. It's been an amazing start to the season for Pecco Bagnaia. The message loud and clear in Qatar: catch me if you can. As world champion, Pecco Bagnaia takes the first win of this 75th anniversary season in the MotoGP World Championship. Cue the fireworks. We've got plenty of fireworks from Marc Marquez and from Pedro Acosta, who comes over the line. A memorable MotoGP debut for the Moto2 world champion. He takes the checkered flag in 9th place. Bagnaia, though, wins it by 1.3 seconds. Double second place here in Qatar for Brad Binder. Great start to the new season for the KTM star.
They were right there with Ducati. They just didn't have that extra tenth or two to try and close the gap to Bagnaia, but they certainly kept him honest to the end of the Grand Prix. But this is the rider that they all have to catch. Group CEO of our event sponsors, Qatar Airways, presents the trophy to a man who's got an ever-expanding trophy collection. The number one showing exactly why he's the defending world champion as Bagnaia wins the season opener in Qatar.
The fireworks and the floodlights light up the night sky here in Lusail on what was a spectacular start to 2024.